injury and Auntie Jong's fantasy greed phase injury. The jasmine lily's healing ability might not be able to completely remove the toxins in Uncle Lee's infected leg, but there were other ways to do so. Uncle Lee's bone gangrene and its toxins had been firmly locked in his left leg. In fact, as long as his left leg was amputated, using the jasmine lily's severed limbs growth would be enough to let Uncle Lee recover as before. However, no matter how Lin Yuan tried to contact Uncle Lee and Auntie Jong, there had not been the slightest news. Every time he contacted Su Jin and Dong Hai, their answers would make Lin Yuan feel they seemed to know something but were deliberately hiding it from him. This made Lin Yuan very worried about Auntie Jong and Uncle Lee's health condition. But now, he suddenly felt his nose tingle because of Auntie Jong's call. Lin Yuan had big dreams, but his world had always been small. After living 2 lives, he could see through many things. Like and dislike. Hatred and non-hatred. Agreeing and disagreeing. Close and distant. Lin Yuan had always treated everything around him this way, upholding responsibility and having passion for life. His world had been so small that there were only 3 people, Chu Si, Auntie Jong, and Uncle Lee. Ever since he had recovered, he had slowly gotten to know many people. He could count them with his fingers: Chu Si, Auntie Jong, Uncle Lee, the Moon Empress, Cold Moon, Mystic Moon, the Mother of Bloodbath, Lu Jia, Wen Yu, Zhang Xiaobai, Xin Ying, Tan Ran, and Lu Pinru. Now that he received Auntie Jong's call, Lin Yuan's heart that was in suspense was partly relieved. At least, he knew that Auntie Jong, who was calling him, was in good health. Lin Yuan picked up the phone, and before he could speak, he heard Auntie Jong's forthright and enthusiastic voice with a strong hint of concern. "Little Yuan, I heard from Su Jin and Dong Hai that you followed the Redbud City Lordess Ling Xiao to the royal capital and that your health problems are gone." Upon hearing Auntie Jong's familiar voice and tone, as well as her strong concern, Lin Yuan revealed a smile. "Auntie Jong, everything is fine. I've recovered, and I've also become a creation master." When Lin Yuan heard Auntie Jong say that he had gone to the royal capital with Ling Xiao, he knew that she should have found out from Su Jin and Dong Hai. Auntie Jong was like his elder, so he did not have to hide anything from her. Even if she did not ask, he would also tell her about him being a creation master. Lin Yuan could sense Auntie Jong's concern, so he told her he was a creation master to reassure her and so that she would not be concerned about him anymore. "Little Yuan, it's good to know that your body has recovered." Auntie Jong would always express her emotions clearly in her tone. At that moment, her words carried indescribable happiness, and her joy was almost going to transmit across the phone. Lin Yuan could not help but feel touched. At any time, Auntie Jong's greatest concern was indeed his own health. Compared to his health, his achievements in her eyes were no longer important. However, Lin Yuan still asked what he wanted to know the most. "Auntie Jong, how are your and Uncle Lee's health? Has his leg been treated?" "Little Yuan, his leg is fine. Don't you know about my health? It has always been awesome." Upon hearing Auntie Jong's words, Lin Yuan knew she was afraid that he would worry, so she still did not tell him the truth. But at least, Auntie Jong's and Uncle Lee's health was no longer a problem and was a lot better than when they had left the Sha region. For a moment, Lin Yuan was at a loss about how he should tell Auntie Jong and Uncle Lee about his desire to treat them. At that moment, he heard a peal of very familiar laughter from Auntie Jong's side. "Ying Ying, can you hurry up and talk to little Yuan? Can't you see I'm waiting in line here?" Then, he heard a not so subtle noise from the phone. Uncle Lee had clearly snatched the phone from Auntie Jong. "Little Yuan, what do you want to eat? I'll cook it for you." Uncle Lee would always ask him what he wanted to eat the most. Lin Yuan replied without a second thought, "I love the meat that you cook." "Haha, I know that you love meat. Do you think the 4 Joy meatballs are tastier with pork or fish meat?" Lin Yuan answered, "It's pork, of course." Lin Yuan could feel that after he said, "It's pork," Uncle Lee froze for a few seconds and suddenly asked very seriously, "Little Yuan, didn't you always prefer fish meat to pork?" Lin Yuan was not used to hearing Uncle Lee's solemn tone. Uncle Lee would